All right, so when I was a little bit younger, I used to believe that life was a meritocracy. I used to believe that anyone and everyone, no matter the circumstances that they're in, could experience success and can be successful if they just try hard enough, if they just put in the work and have the discipline to actually work hard enough to experience that success. And years later, I've realized that that's absolutely not the case. In fact, it's almost never the case. Life is probably the complete opposite of a meritocracy. Life is very, very dependent, is very, very luck based, and is very, very dependent on a lot of external factors that we cannot control. For example, the place that you are born in, the illnesses that you have or don't have throughout your life. There's so much that hinges on things that you cannot control that determine how much success do you have in the long run. And so that belief of just, oh, everyone can be successful if they try hard enough. Well, someone like me could have the exact same discipline and drive that I do, but could be unfortunately born in a country where they're being bombed every day, where there's war every day, where there's terrible shit happening, where there's poverty, where there's illnesses, and they won't ever experience that. Like they not only will they never have will they ever experience the success, they'll also never have the opportunity to present those skills required, if that makes sense. And even like, never mind the success part. Like some people are just like, the fact that I'm even here, that I'm sitting here in my bedroom, um, completely alone with a bed that I sleep on every single night and take basically for granted. That is a luxury for so many people, and that's, again, there's no hard work or discipline or anything that was in play. It was just the fact that I was lucky enough to be born in a country where, we're not being bombed, there's no war going on. I was lucky enough to be born with parents who were not, experiencing poverty and who were not experiencing, homelessness. I was lucky enough to never experience homelessness in my entire life. And these are just things that we cannot control. And my message for this video is that if you're watching this, you probably also are like me, who has never experienced these terrible things. And it should, serve as a reminder to be grateful for these things, because again, these things are not something that we can control at all. It's not about being disciplined or being hardworking. It's just the way life is. Unfortunately, it's just sometimes people are lucky and people are not, and it doesn't matter what type of person you are. A lot of just success and also just a lot of quality of life is not based on how I don't know, hardworking you are, or how confident you are, how social you are, and all these metrics that are very very shallow in my opinion, that I used to think. It has a lot to do with just, unfortunately, just where you were born, and what what your conditions were like. And of course, that's not to just put all your problems aside and just say, oh, well, I was born in a lucky place, so my problems don't matter at all. No, your problems are still valid. Uh, but it never hurts to just be, you know, because no one's grateful for their bed. You know what I mean? Like no one actually is grateful for that. Everyone just takes that for granted and complains about all the other problems they have in their life, which is, they're valid for sure. But it is sometimes worth it to be grateful for these things, because this is, again, there was no like skill or hard work or anything like that was required in having a place to rest, having a roof over your head, having food on the plate. That's all just, unfortunately, just luck. And I know I complain. I complain a lot on this channel about my problems in life. My whole channel has just been a journal of me being vulnerable, but this is something that I have been realizing more and more, especially now that looking at the world and um how terrible the condition of the world is. I feel like privileged and obviously toxic gratitude, and that all exists, right? Like, I'm not trying to, you know, dismiss my problems or anything. I'm not trying to dismiss yours either, but um, it does it is worthy to be grateful for all these things, and that's really my message for this video. So yeah.